Yo, and we're live.
Yeah.
We are officially live. Just waiting on a few more people to jump in. Good morning, Gwen. Hey, PJ, I appreciate that, man. You do the same, man. All right. So, I'm gonna get rolling. I got a couple things I'm gonna try to talk about today and give you guys an update on pretty much what's going on as far as my family in Jamaica. I know I made a post last night saying whether I was gonna either do a video today or go live, but I honestly think I'm gonna do both, because what I want to talk about in the video really pertains to trucking, and what I wanted to talk about in this live is kind of personal. And I've been looking at my videos lately, and I've been noticing when I vlog, the videos don't really perform well. And when I make a video about trucking, because I gotta park here really quick, I forgot to do something. When I talk about trucking, they seem to do better when it pertains to videos. But as far as like the stuff that I do that has, sometimes I just like making those videos. I like making those videos that had to do with some of the things I got going on in my life. And it's not, a lot of times I don't make those videos, for me or for anyone per se, except, sometimes I just want to give gratitude to the people that I care about and the ones that I love. So I make some videos like that sometimes. But I think if I make a video, I'll only be making videos that have to do with trucking, because I see the other stuff doesn't really perform. If I do make other videos on like some of this other stuff I like to do, some of my other hobbies, I'll most likely probably try to make those on another channel. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to say your first name, bro, but I'm gonna say good morning, Mr. Tran. Roosevelt, what's good? What is good? But we'll get started. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We got 10 people in here, and if you're in here, you see today I put up a goal that I was trying to reach with Super Chats today. I'm just now learning about Super Chats, but I was told it's a good way to help reach like a goal. So I spoke to my dad, I spoke to my family in Jamaica. After that one time I did hear from them, they don't really have any service right now. They don't have electricity, they don't have all of this stuff in Jamaica. They're pretty much without power. They can't keep anything in the refrigerator. The food is pretty much depleting, you know, as the days go by, and most of the stores are closed. The bodies are like piling up of, you know, people around that didn't make it through the storm, and it is real bad to the point. He was pretty much telling me, you know, the smell alone, you can smell, you know, the people that didn't make it, and it's like really sad. Children, kids, mothers, grandmothers, all types of stuff, and people are just, and a lot of them they can't get to try to get them to like the local morgue or anything like that. And not only that, it's not only just the ones that were lost in the storm, but there's also unalive people that washed up from the grave that are just floating around in the water. So some of the graves got washed up, and it just, you know, it's people everywhere. So, you know, he's trying to maintain, and they're trying to maintain down there. He was telling me, you know, pretty much his biggest issue is right now they're fine with not having lights and stuff like that. He said his biggest issue is just the refrigerator right now. He can't keep any food they have, it spoils within a day. So, and they can't keep any food, and I'm trying to get them, they got solar generators online. I'm trying to get them a really good solar generator. And the last video I made, you know, I kind of wanted you guys to understand what, you know, what their living conditions, what, you know, get where he is, and to like almost lose. It's like, you know, storm came and came and pretty much washed away. I was back in. Going in and out. Let's go in and out. I'm in it. My bad, y'all. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of... Let me try something. I gotta pull over. I gotta try something to get this working. Look like we may have cleared. Alright, look like we cleared up here. I don't know where it started cutting out at. Somebody let me know where I started cutting out. For them, it's just keeping food in the fridge. It's like they gotta... I don't know why this is going in and out. This is... Let's see, is it clearing up? Alright, look like we clear now. Hopefully it stays like this. I'm gonna try to just keep it rolling all the way to my delivery. But yeah, I'm trying to get the one of the generators to send over to them. And yeah, I was speaking to him today, and he was saying like pretty much the hardest thing is just trying to keep food, because they have to go out and try to, you know, get food every single day, but at the same time he can't make any money because the roads are bad. My dad owns like a taxi business over there, so he can't really run taxi right now, and the roads are gone. The roads are completely like covered with trees and debris, and poles and trees are down on them. So, and he has like, you know, land, and we got like, you know, food that grows on the land, but the wind knocked all the food off of the trees and spoiled it all, so they can't even eat that. So trying to make something happen, but you know, I make trucker income. It's pretty good, but you know, we know how the economy is over here for us, so. And those even if I could just manage to work up a small one to ship to them, just to keep the refrigerator on, then I think they'll be all right with that. But like super chats, and then I've had some subscribers. I'm just thinking of every way, and not just be and just on and say, hey man, and then not extending a helping hand where I can. But yeah, he showed me some of the videos, and well, we were on video call because he was able to get a call in outside of where he lives, and yeah, it was pretty bad over there. I couldn't imagine being over there right now, or I couldn't imagine that happening here, just in general, like happening here on the States, on our land. And just, I mean, I guess it's very similar to what New Orleans experienced. It's probably exactly the same. So yeah, I guess people have experienced that. There's people here that's lived, you know, that type of trauma. Oh, do they really? Oh, see, now you're teaching me something new. I didn't know that they take a portion of that. I had no clue. I'm trying to think of another way. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works, but you know, I'm kind of giving you guys an update. I think I'll be able to, you know, come up with it this Friday. I end up getting paid. I'm not sure. I think I did pretty good last week. Although I didn't, last week wasn't 100% planned on the way I ran. I was kind of running, you know, like off the whim, I guess. I would book a load, not knowing exactly what's going to be there when I get there, but I was just booking a load because it was good, and then I would get there, and then I would look for another load that was good. And I don't like to run like that because, you know, it can make or break my week. If I get there and there's nothing there, it could really mess up my earnings for the week. So, but it actually worked out for me last week. I'm kind of doing that again this week, and I'm not sure if it's going to work for me this week because I'm on my way to Alabama, and there's barely nothing coming out of Birmingham. But as far as that, the video that I was thinking about doing today is I know a lot of people have been waiting for me to talk about this subject as far as the domicile. I don't know what's going on. Service is it's like whenever I go behind the trees, I just start I lose my service. I lose all my Wi-Fi connection. As soon as I get out and get open again, it comes back. All is well. 21-year-old driver, man. Hey, man, first off, I really appreciate that, man, from the heart, man. I appreciate that. And 21-year-old driver, man, you remind me of me, man. I was young, out here ready to go see the world, man. Nervous, scared. Luckily, I had a really good trainer. And ironically, my trainer that I had barely spoke English. And we kind of like a lot of times I had to use like Google Translate just to translate a lot of the stuff he was telling me. But he was a really good driver, man. He was from Portugal. A really, cool dude. He kind of, I got the right of way, brother. And I'm in front of you. And really cool dude. He would even like we were in stores and stuff, he would kind of tell me. A lot of people didn't know he spoke Portuguese, he spoke Spanish, and he spoke a little bit of English. And a lot of people didn't know that he spoke Spanish. So when people were speaking Spanish around him or around us, and they were like maybe saying something about us, he would tell me what they were talking about and stuff like that, because they would see, me and this it was an odd team. We looked like an odd team together, so. But yeah, how long you been driving now? Brother, looked like he was about to back up into me. Too heavy for that today, man. Don't do it. I'm loaded up to the max. Oh, you've been driving for 21 years. Oh, man, you a vet. Yeah, you got me beat by a long shot, man. You still driving? "21 years. And you know what? I had a conversation with somebody the other day, a driver that called me, looking to go into becoming, he was looking to go get a truck from SFI. And he called me to ask, what his current experience, should he go get a truck? And I think he was at like 5 years experience. I think that's what he told me. It was like 5 or 6 years or something. And I told him, he might have been less, but I know I told him that if I had to do it all over again, I would have done this a long time ago. Like, I kept waiting so long for that perfect opportunity, or I guess I was waiting to feel like I was waiting till I thought I knew it all. But you'll never, like, prepare yourself to becoming, I guess, an owner operator, it's really nothing you can set yourself up for. You have to really just jump out here and do it and, you know, figure it out. And I was, okay, you drive for a company? Okay. That was, mainly the reason why I was saying this, because, you know, he was driving for a company and he was saying, like, you know, the company was, and, you know, idea for him to come and do this. Now I told him, like, as soon as you got like that drive, you understand numbers a little bit, you'll be perfect. It's not as hard as now. In the beginning, I was just, it's so easy. I'm like, why didn't I been? I could have owned by now if I would have just over with a long time. Let me turn that off. I was putting in the same. I just did it for myself. It was only a year. I got to do another 6. It made me be like, why didn't I? Like, me and my wife were sitting talking about it. She said, why didn't you do this a long time ago? I was like, I just was so nervous. I was always so scared to jump out here. I was always scared to jump out here. I don't know why I was so nervous or so scared to do this, but I always was. And now that I did it, and I guess it was mainly because I tried it first with a company and tried to do the company truck and lease one of theirs. It's completely different. This, like, the company lease, those feel like, that one felt like a scam. It felt like I was paying for the company's truck with no reward. It was like, not that, even though, say so, more freedom with it. I can take this truck. I want to take it. I get all my own freedom. You know, if something happens, I want to be able to. So I purchased one myself, but them having one, here watching me, no one's telling me when I can go. No one's telling me how long I can be home. I don't hear from anybody. And after doing this, I thought to myself, I said, you know, say, I don't know, for whatever reason, I need to start over. I don't think I could ever go back to working as a company driver. I don't think I could do it. It would be really tough for me to do it. I think I would be frustrated so quick and have to get out of that truck. I would just go home. I would probably just, I don't know, I would go work in a warehouse or something, be a warehouse supervisor or something. But as far as like learning and getting your experience as far as driving and stuff like that, yes, I would do, you know, if I was early in the game, I would do that. I would learn on somebody else's truck. That way, if I tear it up, it ain't mine. And then once I got my experience down pat, I would go straight to this. If I had to do it all over again, I would have went straight to this. Like, I probably, with the years I've been in trucking, I probably could have owned 5, 6. I probably would have paid off my first truck, financed my second one through like an actual monthly, put a driver in one, drove the other one until it was paid off, put a driver in that one, accumulated another one, and just kept doing it like that until I had, you know, my own fleet. And eventually, by now, I would have been able to kick back a little bit. I don't know. I wouldn't be out here running as hard as I still am. If I had to do it all over again, that's the way I definitely would have done it. had one driver hit me last night and asked me for the phone number to over at SFI. I gave it to him. I hope he does go get one, because he'll see that all the things he was worried about, they'll be gone. As soon as he gets about 2 weeks in, all his fears of going to get a truck, that'll be gone. That driver was out. I'm doing 70 and he flew by me like I wasn't moving. I was 74. He flew past me like I was. Cool. Okay. Okay. Well, battery, or what do you call them? Orange juice, stuff like that. Small stuff. This weekend, man, I had the best weekend ever. Oh, she going to be a nurse? Oh, she gonna make some good money. She gonna make good money. My aunt is a nurse. She's a manager at a hospital over in Atlanta. She make real good money. If I didn't have such a squeamish stomach for stuff like that, I would do it, but I don't have the stomach for it. I do not have the stomach for it. I got a friend who just had a baby, and she had a C-section, and the doctor cut the baby's leg with the scalpel, and it cut the baby's leg wide open. And I saw the picture. Man, it messed my stomach up for days. So I know I couldn't be a nurse. As soon as I see if someone came in with a busted lip, I'm ready to throw up. I got a heavy load right now, man. I really don't like pulling heavy loads, but this was the only decent load coming out of Dallas. So heavy it is. I got paper rolls, some big gigantic rolls of paper. I hate those loads because they're always like top heavy. They all over because we were going uphill and I was struggling to get up the hill. But sorry, my brother, you're governed and you're gonna slow my momentum down. I needed to get up this next hill. I hate these paper rolls in the turns. Almost every single time I see a truck turn over, they hauling the paper rolls. There's always some paper rolls that burst out of the side of the trailer and when the dry vans. So now when I drive them, I'm always being extra careful. And then now I'm struggling up the hill again. He's gonna try to pass me. Come on, get to the top. Been working a bus operator for CTA for 3 years this month. That's exactly what I said I would do. If I got out of trucking, I'm going to be a bus driver for whatever city I'm living in. I'll be a local city bus driver and run my shift and go home. It's someone's channel, trucker that I watch. She got out of trucking and went to driving buses, and I said, yep, that's exactly what I would do if I was, once I get fed up with trucking, that's exactly where I would go. And mainly the only reason I'm jumping in to still buy a truck, even with the trucking economy we live in right now, is because, you know, say autonomous driving does end up happening or whatever maybe, you know, go on in the future. I mean, I'm still going to use the truck even if I'm not driving trucks anymore. So I would keep the truck for personal use. I always wanted one of those nice big fifth wheel RVs, and I would just get it attached to this and use it as a family travel home. And I would just keep the truck in that aspect, even if I don't, you know, continue to haul loads across the country with it. Would I be a New York City bus driver? Absolutely. I used to drive New York City every day for 3 years. I did flatbed oversized loads in the New York City. I hauled steel beams that were 60 feet long, and for the skyscrapers they were building. That new skyscraper in Brooklyn that they were building, the steel for that building, I hauled most of it there. I ran New York City for years, every single day, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. I was in New York City. I would get up out of Philadelphia area, get loaded up at like 4 in the morning, run to New York, be there by 6, unload the steel beams for the skyscrapers, and then head back. And that was my day every day for 3 years. In the beginning, it was like you get a little nervous, especially going into New York City. And the only thing I didn't like about it, it was a manual truck, and I would have see the automatic didn't have the power to pull the load, but the automatic would have been nice in traffic. It would have been, you know, riding through New York City. It would have been nice. I got old knees, man. And they just can't, I don't know, I started to love the automatic, but like I said, I always recommend at least getting my dad's calling. I call him back after the live ends. Let me see. Yo. Yeah, I'm gonna send you what it looked like once I stop driving. I'm trying to get one now for y'all so I can just order one. because I'm not sure if they got them over there like that. But that's what I'm working on now, trying to figure out how to, get you guys one now. That way you can at least, even if I get a small one, you can at least keep the refrigerator running.
Yeah, that's what we really need, the fridge.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, to what? We can use it. It can use a washing machine, right?
Yeah, it should be able to power that. It may not be strong. It may not be strong enough to run the dryer, but.
No, we ain't got no dryer.
Oh, all right. But yeah, it can power that.
That would be, yeah.
All right, I'll do it when I stop.
All right, so.
All right. My bad, y'all. Dad just called just now. Yeah, man, manual is definitely the way to go if you're gonna run heavy. OTR not so much needed. Like right now is probably not so much needed for me because of what I'm doing. But that heavy or anything that requires I guess any specialty type of loads, yeah, that manual is gonna be where it's at. Yeah, you'll never, I don't think we'll ever see oversized loads being pulled by an automatic. And that's where the money is. You getting the oversized. When I was doing oversizing in New York, I was on a salary base. It was $1,800 a week guaranteed. And if I worked a Saturday, it was an extra $500 a week. So, and the Saturdays, it was only one stop, going to New York, come back. I might have worked all of 6 hours maybe, and I was paying $500 if I worked a Saturday or a Sunday. So yeah, it was good money doing oversized. And when I worked during the week, I did the same thing. I only worked 6 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And if I worked a Saturday, it was like another 6 hours. I got extra $500. I would get up in the morning, my trailer would already be loaded. I'd drop it off to the construction site. They have the crane. They would lift it up, take the whole load off, and I go back to the house. I'm done for the day. $1,800 a week to work 6 hours a day. I would get up, right? I was leaving the yard by like 6 a.m. I was back in the yard by noon, and I was home. The sweetest job I ever had. What made me leave? I left because I was, trying to venture out to do my own thing and try to get my own name out there, start my own legacy. And then that's how I ended up leasing that first one that I leased. And yeah, I fell into the hype of trying to get a truck, but through a company, which I wouldn't do that again. That was the wrong way to go. Speed limit went up. Oh crap, I need some momentum for the hill. Come on, keep it. Big transformer there. E.W. Wiley changed their logo on their trucks. That's not how trucks used to look. Come on, let's get it. Slow down. Come on, drivers, let's ride. There we go. Come on, don't hang out next to the overside. You need the room. Another hill. Need the momentum. Come on. That pickup truck about to lose his mind. He can't get around these trucks. Watch. He's going to... Yep. He couldn't wait 2 seconds to let the truck move over, so... That Swift truck must be an owner op. I ain't never seen Swift rolling that fast. Yeah, I almost stopped going live for a second. I seen some of the other big YouTubers were throwing subliminal shots at the channel because I went live last time. A lot of people didn't catch it unless you watched the channel, but I knew who they were talking about. I knew those were shots at me. And I don't know why, because this person has a huge channel versus my tiny channel. I don't know why those shots at me, as if, I don't know, like as if my channel's a threat to them. I didn't get it, but I knew the subliminal shots and who he was talking about, but whatever. I'm just appreciating him supporting the channel by watching. And hopefully he knows I don't know the channel's big, so if you're gonna feud with me, you're only helping me out. Sped up. Yeah, riding through Mississippi, man. I stayed at a rest area last night and I did not get out the truck at all because I know they got monkeys out here on the loose. Apparently some scientific research monkeys, lab monkeys. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be one of the first zombies. So, yeah, I stayed in the truck. I locked my doors. You got me in the bend. I can't go around that quick. Got these paper rolls. Yeah. Let this car by. Wait station. Got the bypass. They had to be closed because when I'm heavy, I don't never get the bypass. I always get pulled in when I'm heavy. time to go around. I wish there was an option to turn off this beeping in these trucks, or at least adjust it. He gonna look at me when I was passing him. Yes, sir. Excuse me. look at his mud flaps. Oh no. Got his truck from Premier. Oh, Pedigree. I don't even know if anybody's still watching this live, but I know I can't be the only driver that doesn't listen to music when he drives. Like, I ride in pure silence. This is where I get all my thoughts together. comments start working? Chat, where y'all at? If you just jumping in, I'm under a load. I'm on my way to Alabama. I'm trying to get there early. This load don't deliver till tomorrow. I'm 100 miles away. I'm trying to sneak this in there and get it delivered early so I can be on to the next instead of sitting around all day. Some of these loads don't really make sense. Like this load I got here, it was paying good, but they were giving the delivery appointment time is like 2 days. It's like 2 days out. It's only 600 miles. Yeah, I don't need 2 days to go 600 miles. So hopefully they'll take this. I'm delivering to Cisco in Alabama. I read the reviews. Reviews said take this one early so I can around not making any money. I'm tired of these companies using this as free storage. Come on, bro. You get it? Speed back up. Why would that Corvette try to pass me? You know dang well he can't keep up with this. fridge. Just eat when I get there. Get your bed. Get your bed. Just trying from me. Hit him with that scorpion. Get over here. That scorpion. Get over here. Yeah, bro. Oh man, my service going in and out now while I'm trying to thank Roosevelt, man. Oh, here we go. It's back in while I got the time. Roosevelt, man, I appreciate that, man. I thank you, man. Like you guys know, I don't really ask for nothing, man. I give out free game all day every day as much as I can for the past 7 months, and this is like the first time I really asked you guys help. You know, when it financially, like it's the first time I ever asked for you guys help, and like it's one of those times like I needed it. I really need it because, well, not really me, like for my family. I don't want to see them over there, you know, going through this alone. And, you know, like I always consider, you know, the trucker hood as my family. And, yeah, I really appreciate that, Roosevelt. A lot of people, you know, dipped out on me as soon as I pretty much, you know, asked for their help. But, you know, I appreciate you, you know, really jumping in to help out, man, because they really need it. Like, I still got 2 little sisters over there. I got my dad over there. I got my grandmom over there. I got cousins over there, and like, you know, they have no way of keeping their food, you know, cold or preserving it so that it'll last. And I'm quite sure that, you know, I could make some sacrifices to make it happen myself, but, you know, I just thought it was worthwhile asking for the help from the trucker hood community. And Roosevelt, I appreciate you, you know, stepping in to help out, because yeah, it's something that just been I think about a lot. Like every night that you know, I'm in the truck, but you know, I got food, I got electricity, I got a fridge in here, I got all the amenities in my truck. I got more amenities in my truck than they have right now. So yeah, I don't want to see myself living this way when they just lost everything. Like, so, yo, Roosevelt, appreciate that, dog. Yeah, Yeah, I just talked to him on the phone. He was trying to figure out, you know, if he could come up with it too. But my dad owns a taxi business over there, and like the taxis can't really make any money right now because the roads are just blocked off. So it's nowhere for him to, you know, run taxi at because he can't take anyone anywhere. People time to jump in, and whoever wants to help can help. So I'll just ride till the camera dies. Hey, I got a question. I see it's 4 people on here. I just got a quick question. So I've noticed lately that all of my my views going down a lot, which not a big deal, but you know, it's just something that I noticed. And I noticed it happened right after I deleted a video. But another YouTuber that I know said that the same thing happened to him. As soon as if you delete a video, then it pretty much they'll kill your channel. They won't, you know, recommend it to people and won't put it out there. And I've noticed that my views went down after I deleted a video. I deleted a video because a company said that they were going to sue one of my friends for that video if I didn't take it down. So I didn't want him to have to go through all that legal back and forth. So I took the video down, but it pretty much tanked the channel ever since. I was wondering if, you know, if my videos still pop up in your feed, you know, if they just pretty much just stop, you know, showing my stuff, or, you know, is it you guys just lost interest? You know, if you lost interest, you know, let me know some of the things you'd be more interested in seeing me doing, a video you'd really like to see me do, and I would do my best to make that happen, you know, just to see if that, well, if it's just something more people want to see from me. You guys know I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a trucker that make videos, and I'm not hip to the whole algorithm thing and, you know, what works and what doesn't. And I really just try to put out videos that I think you guys would like, or you think you guys would want to know. And sometimes I tell a little bit of backstory about myself or things that's going on, and how I make money, and you know how it made me. Like, I try not to. I don't want to seem like I'm becoming like a commercial channel. I promote SFI because SFI doesn't pay me a thing. You know, anyone that doesn't pay, I don't get paid from SFI at all. But if I'm looking into going to become an owner operator, I have these things going on. Would SFI be liable to jump into those questions for drivers like that? That bad in front of me because it's those. It looks like frames to something. Nah, they don't have. What those are? They're like. My bad. I slowed down trying to look at this. Look at these. Terrible because it keeps going in and out. Come on. dude, why would you slam on the brakes? Oh, I didn't even see this. Been fun riding with you today up here. I-95 Virginia. Dealing with that traffic. That's the reason why I won't go up there, man. I don't want nothing to do with that traffic. stop there and get some food, but I'm glad I didn't. They got Subway. I'm tired of Subway. I don't think I'll ever eat Subway again. I don't know who told every truck stop in the world that truckers love Subway. We don't like it. Just made it home after 2.5 weeks. Who you running for, bro? I think this week I'll probably be out that long. I might be out for a good 2.5 weeks, man. I got a lot of stuff to come up with. Not only am I trying to come up with the generator for my family in Jamaica, but I'm trying to come up with my daughter broke her bed, jumping on it, so I gotta get her a new bed. My wife's car got her check engine light came on, so I gotta get the check engine light fixed. All this stuff was just going, it was like everything hit the fan at once. So like now I'm trying to like, I'll be out here for a while until I get what I gotta get. I need another one of them big weeks. But you know, that week I had that week, $1 million. All my loads were paying like extreme week. But I need another one of those. That last one took me out of all the debt that I had going on. Now I need one more just to fix all this stuff I got going on now. It came out of nowhere. But it's the life of the trucker, man. We stay out on the road to keep everybody happy. Keep the lights on. I mean, the way I see it, man, it's grateful because you know people right now do not have jobs, getting their food stamps cut off. There's just so much stuff going on that people are in bad predicaments right now, and just having a job and being able to work alone is a blessing. Just having an income right now is a blessing. So I try not to complain about, you know, some of the things that other people would be happy to have. Andy, what's good, man? I'm out here again rolling, man. Just trying to get to $1, get to the paper, man. For those just popping in, I started the live. A lot of people jump in the live, they leave as soon as I say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I started the live because you know, you guys know my family in Jamaica, man. They got hit hard by the storm. They don't have no power. The roads are unpassable, and you know, all they really want is just something to keep the refrigerator on. So I started the live to try to see if the Trucker Hood would help me out as far as getting a generator. And I want to send that over there to them so they can at least have some lights, keep the refrigerator on so they can keep their food preserved until the roads are passable for them to go to the grocery store and, you know, get something to eat, stuff like that. But you know, they can always go out back, start a fire to heat the food up. It's just the preserving part of the food that's tricky. So I told them about a generator. I had extra to try to get it, but if I can't, you know, everybody, yeah, man, I'm out here rolling, man. Out here rolling. Hey, Dave, man, I appreciate that. You know, no stress if you can't. It ain't no, you know, it's no biggie, no pressure. But you know, whoever wants to can. And I'm gonna try to get that this week and send that over there to them so that they can, you know, at least be able to run the fridge, have some lights at night. You know, man, I gotta give it to them because I was born here. My mom was in the military, and I was born here. And I go over there, and I look at, you know, my little sister and brother. Like, they had it good to be in Jamaica, but just Jamaicans in general, a lot of the stuff that I took for granted, just looking at them and seeing some of the stuff that they didn't even, you know, things they didn't grow up with that I kind of took for granted. And it was like, man, dang, I should have been a better big brother, man. It was a lot that I could have been doing, a lot I could have been helping out. It was so many times I spent money on just dumb stuff, you know, when they're watching from overseas that they'll never, you know, they won't get the experience, or my little brother didn't get the experience. So yeah, man, I'm trying to be that bigger brother now, man. I'm definitely trying to step up, especially in a time like this where, you know, a lot of people lost everything. You know, if they didn't lose their life, they lost everything. Exactly, man. Little does goes a long way, man. You know, I've been doing my research on which one I want to get. I've been looking into the EcoFlow. Depending on how much I have, I don't know. I know they got like it's called like the River Series EcoFlow. It probably can run the refrigerator. I'm not sure how long. I might have to go with like a Delta, because they got like a Delta series also, and they go up in like watt hours. So like if I get like the Delta series, because they can't go back and forth to get gas, you know, I would definitely have to get them one with like a solar panel. So something that they could just, you know, throw the solar panel out the window, or, you know, have it out in the yard and hook up the EcoFlow to the refrigerator and whatever else they need. If they need lights at night or want to use the microwave to heat the food up, stuff like that. It's something that they can have down there for good, you know, and know that if power ever goes out, you know, they got a backup source of energy there. It's a say, especially in Jamaica. Yeah, yo, you know what I noticed though in Jamaica? Jamaicans are not poor by far. They don't know that they're not poor because everything is so expensive there that it's driving them to be poor. Because I was there and my dad had like a little bit after, like, and it was kind of hot in there, so I was like, I need to get a fan. Some had some breeze flowing through here, so we went regular, you know, fan, a wall mounted fan, something that would have, they're being overcharged like crazy for this stuff. Bro, people take hot water for granted. I used to bathe in cold water as a kid. And man, I used to bathe when I lived in Jamaica. the water was so cold, you didn't need a coffee in the morning. That water was gonna wake you up in the morning before you. Like, I would try to take my showers midday when it was hot out, because that was when the water was gonna be the warmest. And you're not lying. They take it for granted, because I sure took hot water for granted, man, until I went over there and was like, that cold water will wake you up, man. It'll wake you up. Don't have arthritis and live over there. It had your joints aching, knees hurting. It's the way to do it for real. Kicks. There's a lot of things over there that are, I would say, Jamaica has a lot of pluses and minuses though. Like, every time I go back to Jamaica, I don't know, I feel like a kid all over again. I can't describe it. It's like that feeling when you, like, what's the word? When you're reminiscing about your childhood. It's like I'm living my childhood all over again. It's like I get to really feel like, I don't know, maybe it's like a weight of stress gets lifted off. It's like, I don't know, maybe because I'm on vacation or whatever it may be, but I don't think I don't even think it was because I was on vacation. I don't know. It's just a feeling. My energy is different. Mind, body, and soul feel different. Maybe because I'm eating non-preserved food. I'm grabbing my fruit right off the tree. And when you last been back? Last time I've been back was last year. I think that was October. Last year, October, I was back. I went for my little brother's funeral. So, yeah. I need to schedule to go back. You know, this is one of the reasons why it was so, like, I don't know. I was in a different space this year when the hurricane hit, and I didn't hear from anybody for days because of what happened last time. And I was talking to my other little brother, and, you know, we both haven't heard from the family in days. He called me, he was like, did you hear from anybody? And I'm like, no, not yet. And I said, man, I'm about to catch a flight over there and go check on them myself. And my brother was like, bro, don't say that, man. I was like, why you say that? And it's like, because you said that last year, and that's when we got bad news. I'm like, oh, I ain't even remember saying that last year. So, yeah, I had to take that back. I didn't want to, what do you call that? I didn't want no deja vu. Guyana, man, I gotta make it over there. I want to go to Africa so bad. There's a couple places in the world I really want to go. Like, I really want to check out for myself. I want to check out. I know I want to go to South Africa. Definitely want to check out South Africa. I really want to check out Thailand. Pop Tart. What's good? We're in the room. Nothing big, nothing major today. We just rolling. I just got you guys riding with me for today. I'm almost at my delivery. I'm about 40 minutes, so I just let it roll today. Checking out the views. He must be heavy too, because I'm heavy. I'm not leaving America again. I had a bad thing happen to me. Oh. I'm not going to ask what happened, because that may be something you might not want to share, but I do want to ask, where did you go? Where did you go outside the country? Because I know some places are just not safe for Americans. You got a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of countries that do not like us, especially right now. They don't like Americans. They don't like the way Americans treat other people in other countries. So once you just say you're American, or they assume you're American, they already got their biased opinion about you. They won't like you. And it's sad because you know what? There's a lot of Americans that were stuck in Jamaica after the hurricane, and the Jamaicans over there that work in those resorts were trying their best to accommodate the Americans that were over there. And while they're trying to accommodate them, you gotta remember, these Jamaicans just lost everything. They lost their house. Some of them lost family members and everything, and they still showed up to work to accommodate the Americans. You motherfucker, yo. That's why you gotta be vigilant, man. These cars do the dumbest stuff, man. But yeah, they were trying to accommodate the Americans, and they said that they were just being extremely rude. Or they complained to the people. It was no thank yous, it was no pleases, it was just give me because I'm American. I deserve it because I'm American. When they gotta go back home to nothing. I went to Mexico and they wouldn't let me come back to America. Oh, yeah, right now, I that's one of the things on my list. I didn't really have like a desire to go to Mexico. And it wasn't because like I feared anything or anything like that. But like now, of all times, I really wouldn't choose going to Mexico. Especially the way how they put it all on TV and everything, how they're treating the Mexican citizens, and just shipping them off, and like they already got like a bad taste of America and Americans. So yeah, that one would not be on my list at all. I'd go to Portugal though. If I wanted to go see a Spanish country, I would go to Portugal. Or Spain. Barcelona, I would go there. I was held by Border Patrol, and they wouldn't allow back in the luggage and anything. All I did was go to Mexico to buy all the different money they have. I've had money coming back in America. Oh, so they was just trying to, they basically were trying to rob you. Yeah, Andy, I would have did the same, man. Not right now. Yeah, definitely not right now, because you know that, especially with that war on Venezuela, completely closing the border to the ones seeking asylum. The ones that are here, I just was listening to this one man's story. He lived in the States since he was 4. His mother brought him here since he was 4. He said he did all the paperwork and everything. He thought everything was good. He started a business. He had employees. He had a whole contractor business, and he had employees. And you know, he thought in his mind he was American. He said they came onto the work site one day and grabbed all of them, shipped them all back. He said he still didn't even stress it, even after they put him into the, I guess where they hold him. And what's this guy doing? And where they held him at, he said he still didn't put him, he still didn't stress it, because he was thinking like, you know, I'm good. There's nothing I really got to worry about. So when that happened, let me see, does this driver must know me or something? Oh, okay. But he said this is how they got him to go back. Said they put him into like a prison. They were sleeping on floors. They were given no blankets. It was freezing in there. The food was terrible. They told him, hey, you'll get due process like everyone else. Or you can go back at your own will and we'll pay you. So what he did was, he said, you know what, I'm gonna do my. He hired a lawyer, a business owner. He had the money to hire a lawyer. Most of them don't have the money. So he hired a lawyer, and his lawyer told him it's gonna be a year before you even get seen for a hearing. It could be more. And he tried to stick it out. He had a wife and kids, a family over here, and he had to tell his wife, like, hey, I can't take it in here anymore. I'm thinking about just going back. And he decided to just go back. He gave in. And yeah, I would have some animosity too. I would be furious. And then to be sent over to another country that you barely know anything about, because he pretty much spent his entire life here. You don't know where to go find a job. You don't know how to make money. You don't know where you're going to stay. When they're down on luck, the first thing they do is resort to a life of crime, because it's the fastest way for a come up. Instead of looking for a job and waiting a week or 2 weeks for a paycheck, I could just go rob somebody and I could eat tonight. That's how, you know, they would be thinking. It's at this point, it's survival. So unless he got family over there that's gonna bring him in, and a lot of them probably don't, because they ran away a long time ago. They probably don't even know their family over there. Yeah, it would be a dangerous time to be an American, because you're not going to try to go rob another Latino. You're going to go to who really might have some money. Some Americans on vacation. They got wads of cash. That's why I say it would be dangerous to go over there now. I wonder if I should have went darker on my tent. I see all these people with darker tint than mine. Oh, this happened 10 years ago. Oh yeah, okay. I can see why you would go. A lot of people were going around 10 years ago, you know, Cancun and everything, but Yeah, you drove over, so that's another way. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't drive over to another country. I would fly all the time, every time. Like, if I got a ticket, it'll be a whole group of us of Americans getting on this plane to go back. I don't think I would want to do that by myself. Oh, there's my exit. Oh, we almost at the delivery. Here's the worst part of it all. I was only American in the line. Well, let me get around this bend. It's so loud in the truck that I got the comments on audio, so it plays in my earbud when you guys comment, so I can hear it and I don't have to look at it. But when it skips, so does my earbud. Come on, move over, bro. You see the lane in there. Stupid. Here's the worst part of it all. I was the only American in line. It was... I don't have several hundred Mexican, and the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and the Mexican police held me. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder if they even at least speak English. I'm quite sure they probably had to speak some English or a translator there. And that would be terrifying to me because I could not imagine going to jail in another country. Like, I'm always cautious about, like, I'm always like looking up the laws in other countries before I go, because that's one of my fears, is like getting locked up in another country. Like, our food here in jail is nasty, but I know the living conditions here are rough, but I don't know. I mean, it's probably one jail that if I got locked up, I wouldn't feel that bad in another country, and that's Norway, because Norway don't believe in, like, they believe in reform, so their jails are set up like dorm rooms. It's pretty much they can go out in and out as they want. They got a TV room. They got TV inside of their cell. They got their own showers. They're actually like set up really nice. Everyone gets a job inside the jail, whatever that job is, and you get paid, and they get to go to the grocery store. They got their own grocery store in the jail. They just can't leave. But everything, all the amenities that you would have out here, they got in there. But I was looking at why they do that. They said the reason why they do that, if you institutionalize a person, when they get out of jail or prison, all they do is end up coming right back. Norway has a less than 1% return rate from the inmates because the jails are set up just like home. Of course, you know, the one thing they want more is to go home, see their family, but they take that's the only thing they strip from them when they go to prison there. You know, they can interact, they can play pool, they can do everything, you know, they got PlayStation in there, they had everything. So, but people came out and didn't, return to a life of crime. They came out and went back to work and chose not. And they don't keep them with criminal records over there also. You serve your time, your record is gone. So that's probably the only place. If I had to go to jail in another country and it was like mandatory, I'm going to Norway. I was in Laredo, Texas, and I was in Laredo, Texas, and I was shut down for the night. Oh, let these cars pass. I'm on the last car. $0.75 to get over there. So you had your passport with you in the truck? Or do you not need one to walk over? I never even thought about that, walking over. Because I heard there's like some really good like shopping on the other side of the border. I bought like $270, all different kinds of money for and I put like $25 for it when I got back to America. I didn't even want the money anymore. I gave it away. Yo, for real, it was no need for it now. I wouldn't go back either. I would not go back either. I've seen some horror stories over there. I seen this one lady, she went on a solo trip there. And she said she went to her room. She met some friends there that she, went out drinking with, and she went back to her room because I guess she said she wanted to change. They were going to go somewhere else, so she went to her room to go get changed, and she said that's the last thing she remembered. Last thing she remembered is waking up, and she was in a trunk of somebody else's car, and she got out. She pulled the little lever that's in the trunk. She got out and started to run. She said the guy came over, got pulled over, and she was really fighting him. She said she had black eyes, like her lip was busted, scratches all over, and she said she had to really fist fight him off of her so she could run. She ran back to the hotel, and the hotel act like they were surprised. And she was saying, who did they let in her room? The last thing she remembers is being in her room. And the hotel was saying they didn't let anyone in her room. She never came back to the room. So she went upstairs to the room, and her purse and her phone was in her room. She said she had her purse and her phone with her when she was at the restaurant with the friends she met. But if she never came back to the room, how did her purse and her phone get back into the room? So she knew she went back to that room. The front desk let somebody in her room to come and get her. No one seen her getting dragged out by anyone. So yeah, that was all. It was all set up. I don't think they would really want anything with me. I don't know. Maybe they, I don't know. I heard organ selling is a big thing over there. I don't know. But I've heard stories of people passing out when I was having some drinks, and they wake up all stitched up. They done stole their kidney or something. I don't know how true these stories are. These are just, allegations at the moment. I don't really know how to, but these are some of the stories I've heard. Like, I watched an elderly lady, probably 70-ish years. Over here, let everybody. Years old. And she fell out in the middle of the street. I mean, I didn't do anything. I was too far away from home. I just watched. Man, was she one of them? Was she like one of the Mexicans over there? Or was she, did she appear to be like not from there? Because it's highly possible, man. I don't know what they do with them, and as much as people, I don't know. I see people in other countries say that they would never come to America because it's so dangerous. But I also see Americans say they would never go to another country because it's so dangerous. I don't know. I guess if it's your walk of life and you just know how to watch yourself and what to look for. Like in America, yeah, I know it's dangerous. I know what area, you could just tell what's a dangerous area just by the way it looks. And sometimes it could be a nice looking place and it could be dangerous for me per se, and I could just tell by the way the looks I may get in there from people, and I'm like, okay, this is probably not the town I want to be in or the place I want to be at. It might be, you never know. The police may be in cooperation with the community, and jeez. But because I'm from here, I know what to look out for. But if a foreigner came over here and would just, hey, I'm free to roam, they might not know, like, this is not an area you want to be in, and it could turn out really bad for them. Okay, is my GPS gonna tell me? I'm guessing I'm going south. That would be my guess. You was the only American. Oh. Yeah, she might have fell out because of the heat. That's probably what she's 70 walking around. it might not have been no foul play with her. You know, plus she probably too old for somebody to want to, you know, take something from her, unless they were just trying to, you know, rob her for her belongings or her money or something like that. I've heard, like, in a lot of these countries, you just gotta be ready to bribe. I never see so many people staring at me. Hey, I get that every time I go to Jamaica. I feel like I fit in when I go to Jamaica, but they always know I'm not from there. And I was asking my dad, like, hey, how do they know? Like, how do they just know that I'm not from here? How do they know I'm American? I'm like, is it a way? I try to dress as, you know, as simple as possible, but I guess they just know because of the way I dress. Or maybe he told me they know. He was joking. I don't know if he was joking, maybe it's serious. He said they always know you're American because we're fat. Talking about because I'm fat, that's why they know. Just started with Stevens. Thank you for your videos. I'm on my 3 weeks. Hey, man, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Stevens, they're pretty decent. One thing I will say, I'm not going to say anything bad about Stevens, but I'm going to tell you the good. One thing really good about Stevens, man, you'll never have to worry about their equipment, man. They put you in some of the best equipment. They got really good, you know, trucks. They got really good trailers. So you'll never have to worry about dealing with downs. If you do, there's some companies out here that neglect their equipment, and Stevens isn't one of them. So just know you'll be riding in something real nice. But yeah, I know everybody at Stevens, man. I know everyone over there. I worked at Stevens. I was one of the instructors over there at Stevens. I was supposed to be a recruiter over there at Stevens. But yeah, anybody out there in the yard, any of the safety guys over there, any of the instructors, the driver instructors over there at the school, yeah, I know all of them. Asada, that's my man over there. If you need help, look for Asada when you're on the yard. He definitely gonna help you out. And on Fridays, make sure you get some chicken and pickle. It's a food truck that's parked out there in the yard. The best food truck around, man. I think it's called Chicken and Pickle. That food is amazing. My my instructor is David. Oh, you had Dave? I know David too. I think I liked Stevie chain smoking up. He be smoking them cigarettes back to back. You had Asada. You had I'm trying to remember everyone's name there now. You had Waylon. I don't know if they're still there. Who else was over there? It was the one guy that's there. He always wore like a burgundy hoodie. He got glasses. There's a black guy. Can't remember his name now. Oh my, did you? Oh, hold on. Let me see. This sounds like something juicy. I gotta read this one. Oh my, did you hear about the trainee that kicked the trainer off it? No, I did not hear about that one. A trainee kicked the trainer off the truck? I know which one it was. I know what trainer they kicked off the truck. I can guarantee. Let me guess. I guarantee it was Chuck. I know that it had to be Chuck. Chuck is the most disrespectful trainer over there. He's like, I don't know. He say whatever he want, and everybody not going for that. I know it was Chuck. Yes. The trainee kicked the trainer off the truck. I know it was Chuck. I didn't even like talking to Chuck. Now you got me about to call Asada. I gotta ask about this. You had to be right there that bad? I hate cars that do that. You know where you needed to get off. I'm quite sure your GPS told you, or you're from here. Cars like this, you know where you need to get off. Why cut over 5 lanes at the last second when you knew a long time ago, way back there, you needed to get off? You should have been in that lane before you got there. I did not hear about that. I gotta call Asada as soon as I stop. I wonder if it's still the same trainees there. Yeah, I quit over there because, come on, man, this car, I don't know, they sightseeing. I quit over there because I was one of the trainers over there, and I don't know, I just couldn't go for the new pre-trip, and a lot of the stuff that the drivers were being taught, it was just enough to get them to pass the test. So I tried to give them some like real world experiences while they were in, and any of my students I tried to give them real world experiences and stuff that would really help them out when they get out there. And I forget the guy's name, the guy the head guy that's in that back office, the skinny guy with the glasses. He got upset because he said I was training my students too much. Only show them exactly what they need to pass the test. They can learn to drive when they get out there on the road. That was the most reckless thing I've ever heard. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like I could commit to that. My mind, my soul was telling me no. If they need help in a certain area and I see it before they can get on the road, I'm gonna try to fix it before they even get out there. He didn't want me doing that. He wanted me to just let them, they can figure it out later when they get out there on the road and lives are at stake. That's when they can figure it out. Nobody here like Chuck's because he got some. Yeah, Chuck attitude is the worst. Chuck is the worst. I would just feel bad for students that had to go out, especially on the road. I would feel bad for students that had to go out on the road with Chuck. And as disrespectful as he is to the students, they got like, because Stevens is like family oriented and like everyone, they try to treat him like family. It doesn't matter what Chuck says to a student. They'll never ridicule Chuck. They'll ridicule the student. They would rather let go of the student than let go of Chuck because they have like, it's almost like a cult in there. But that's just for like the that school section of it. That school side of Stevens is like that over there. It's really like a cult. The other guy's name was start with a T. I can't remember his name. I cannot remember his name. I don't know why, but me and him. So he friended me when I first got there. It's like the first person to start, you know, trying to, I guess, like take me under the wing and show me the ropes and how they do things there. And me and him was cool. We would go to lunch and everything together. We go to lunch. He'd show me like where the pizza place was around the area and where all the restaurants was. And you know, I would drive one day or he'd drive one day. Me and him got cool. And when I was teaching, he's the one who told on me that I was teaching students more. He's the one who said that and went in there and told the office, and they pulled me in the office. And I went up to him, I asked him, I said, bro, if you had like an issue with it or you had a concern about it, you could have just came to me and told me. But to go to our supervisor and tell on me was like, and you sit with me at lunch every single day, like it was just some slime stuff to do. So I kind of like really learned that I just stopped talking to him. I just stopped going around him because I seen what he was looking for. He was trying to kiss ass to the supervisor and was using me as a what do you call it? I guess it was just using me as that pawn to do it. I don't know. I don't know what his issue was. It was like it was a setup from the start. And there's another one. He's funny as ever. The real big, I can't remember. Real big black guy, bald head. I cannot remember his name. But yeah, he's the one who came over to me and said, hey man, he said, I know you're from Philadelphia, but you gotta learn the Texas way. Texas ain't got no problem throwing you under the bus and snitching to get themselves to the top. He was like, I'm not from, he was from Detroit, he told me, but he was saying like, yeah, here in the South, they will backbite you quick. They will do it to you quick. So just be careful who you friend out here because a lot of people are on that. And I just had to learn. I didn't know. I got down there, I thought, you know, same way up north. We cool. Ain't no, I'm throwing you under the bus, even if I'm right or wrong. You know, I might tell my boy on the side, like, hey man, boss man was looking at this, man. Just be careful. I'm not gonna go tell him myself. Because I wouldn't want to see food getting taken out your mouth off of something that I did or something that I said. Rico, that was his name. Tyrico was the one that told on me. I sat there and watched him too. He came back out. He like, hey Donovan, when you get done your lunch, man, can you come in here? I said, oh man, I wonder what's going on. Little did I know he was in there singing. When did the speed limit get 45? I guess just now. So the trainer got up to get in the sleeper and he went to sleep. But what happened next was unthinkable. Oh man, I'm almost at my delivery. I'm like 3 miles away. I gotta read this story. Pop-Tart got the tea today. Don't tell me Chuck tried to put his hands on him. Chuck tried to throw them hands, huh? I'm guessing that's what happened next. But I don't know. It might not have been Chuck. I don't see Chuck going to sleep. He old. He might fall asleep accidentally, but I don't see him going to the back to go to sleep. So the only one I can see doing that, I'm not gonna say his name because that's my man's. I rock with him, so I'm not gonna say his name. Oh, this is with a trainer. Oh, okay, all right. This is with a trainer. They was already out on the road, and they were going down Donner's Pass. Oh yeah, Donner's Pass, I would have went to sleep too. Donner's Pass not that bad. They hype up Donner's Pass. Cabbage Hill is worse than Donner's Pass. Like I would stay up for I would say Eagle Mountain in Tennessee, Cabbage Hill, and that hill going into Vegas are probably the three worst. But Donner's Pass, that one's actually kind of sweet. It ain't really that bad as everybody hype it up to be. I say Donner's Pass is because Donner's Pass don't really have any like really sharp turns, and the hill's not that steep. Like it may get steep for like a little bit, but then it flattens out a little bit, and then it goes down a little more. But it flattens out so you can slow down. But Cabbage Hill, it's just straight drop, sharp turns, all it's steep grade for like a good what's that, like 6 miles straight down. Alright, I'm gonna go back as soon as I get to this delivery. Like 1 mile away. I definitely gotta read this story, but I gotta stay on live because some reason when I end the live, the comments don't stay here. I don't know what happens to the comments. They all go away once I end the live. Oh, Pop Tart came in here and just turned the live up. She got it, came right in here and got it popping with the news. Apparently at this delivery they got parking here and they will take you early, so Walmart here. Hopefully they got a vape shop over here, man. That would be nice. I'm out. In my lane. I heard some crazy stories on the road when it comes to trainers and trainees. I heard this one story that it was a female. She had a male trainer, and I guess she just was not listening to him, and they started arguing, and he was driving the truck, she was in the sleeper, and they were arguing while he was driving, and the trainee stabbed him while he was driving. Luckily I didn't have that issue. I've teamed with a lot of people on the road, and I've never had the issue where I was like at a point where we were fighting or arguing or anything like that. Is this the way the trucks go in? This is like the car entrance. No semi trucks. Okay, where do I go in at? Crap. This is the worst part. Oh, I gotta find somewhere to turn around now. Is this where they going? Dang it. Oh, I thought that's where I go in at. I done messed up now. way back around. Crap. I'm around in their parking lot. What is this? Yeah, we're gonna use their parking lot. Hopefully they don't get mad. All the time. They'll be alright. Do I need anything from Dollar General? That it? That's it. Alright, yeah. Right around the corner from where I need to deliver that. It's my opportunity. Past, I think I see where the entrance is. I rode right past it. I seen all the trucks parked there, but I didn't think that was the right place. But I rode right past it. That's the front of the building. So the back gotta be, guess I go to the light, make a right. I think that's where I saw the trucks going in at. For those watching, if you gotta go to Cisco in Alabama, driving, yeah, use the 31 entrance, not the one off 70. Alright, let's see if we can find it. It has to be up here. Yeah, I see. This is where I seen the trucks parked at. Got to be this way. There we go. I hope they take me early. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. Got a delivery here for you. Is that a restaurant?
It's not a public one. I'm sorry. There's one for y'all in the back. I
Okay.
promise. Their rules, not mine. And I just need your name
Donovan, Donovan,
and last name.
Fung.
Alright, you know where to go?
No, first time.
Okay, all the way to the back corner, there's a little sign that says driver check-in. Just check in with them, and they'll give you a door.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Oh, they got me in early. Got me in early. Oh, I hope they got a bathroom. I gotta go. back corner. I gotta hit arrive on there. So JB Hunt can let me look for another load. I'll have to sit here and be stuck here until tomorrow. Let's see if there's some parking over here. Guess I just parking these. I don't know. Alright, let me read these comments. Let's see. I gotta go back. The trainer was driving right, so the trainer was seating in the passenger seat. The trainer looked at the trainee and he sneezed on him. Oh man. Just sneezed on him. I would have been mad too. Cause yeah, how you sneeze on me, bro. Like, there's many directions your nose could have been when you had to sneeze. You chose to put it in my direction. So yeah, I would have been a little upset too. So he sneezed on him on the trainee. He didn't say anything. He just sat there and the trainee wiped it off his head and his arm. Yeah. Yeah, it would have got a little silly in that truck. So he keep driving, not doing anything in the train. Yeah, he sneezed on him again. Just sneezing on the man and just didn't come out his mouth or anything. He just sneezing on him. So the trainee got up and got in the sleeper and he went to sleep. But what happened next was unthinkable. So the trainer slept right. Well, the trainee got all the way to the top of the mountain of the Donner's Pass. All right, you didn't read? Okay. So the trainee pulled over and woke the trainer up and told him something was wrong with the trailer. So he gave him a little small keychain flashlight. So the trainer just had some shorts and some Crocs. Mind you, it's the middle of the night, in the middle of the winter, and the trainee drove off and just drove. They left the trainee, no phone, no nothing. Here, take that. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right, but you not sneezing on me either. Somebody sneezing all over you, I think you're not going for it. So mind you, you're on the top of Donner's Pass on the Redwood Forest, and you just a bear flew. Oh, for real? Yeah. Yeah, there ain't nothing to play with up there. Them bears definitely up there. Ain't no way. Yeah, he got him good by leaving him out there. Yeah, I'd have pulled off. Just like he did. I'd have been like, put your thumb out. I'd have been gone. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way you just consistently sneezing on me back to back. I would have lost it. I don't know if the camera gonna disconnect. I'm about to run inside and check in. Ain't no way. it would have sounded like Kendrick was in that truck. Boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, bam. Place guard sheet and bills on one of the clips. Hey, how's it going, bro?
All right, how are you?
All right. What I got? I think I followed all the steps correctly.
A day early, ain't you?
Is it early?
Yeah, it ain't scheduled for the day. Well,
Y'all can squeeze me in?
we'll see.
Oh, man. I knew it was early. I've been trying to play stupid.
Call you, man.
All right. Thanks, man. I knew I was early. I tried to play dumb. Gotta hold our money hostage. I do that all the time. Every load I get there early and play stupid. Like, man, is it early? I thought it was due today. You guys think you got time to squeeze me in? Yeah, I definitely want to hear something funny. You got the stories. Yeah, he said he was gonna call me when they got a door for me. They got a lot of doors, man. You can just put me in any door. So he got locked up too for leaving his trainee out there? Okay, fired the driver and reported him to FMCSA. Alright, so why you had to fire him? It's about to be crazy. Okay. Yes, he went to operating commercial vehicles with unauthorized use. $44? Alright, thanks, man. Gave me a door. He looked upset, but long as I get my money, your feelings don't mean nothing to me. But I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Say take door 44. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I play stupid on every load because if I don't, it's hard to make some real money out here because now what they've been doing is stretching out the days on these loads so you get stuck with it and you just sitting on loads. So I try to deliver everything early, every last one of these loads, so I can get it off me, get on to the next one and move. Whereas though I'm actually being productive out here and they not just using my time on the road as, I don't know, like their vacation or something. Like I'm just out here just hanging out. I want to go home and chill like the rest of you guys. I'm out here to work. So while I'm working, they should be working. Get this stuff off my trailer so I can get on with the next one. I'm not here to drive all the way over here and hang out in your parking lot because you got great views or something. Hold on, I'm coming right back to this story as soon as I get these trailer doors open. Coming right back to this story because Pop-Tart got the tea today. Got the juice. What in the world is this? Oh, this must be the inside. Hello?
Hi, door 44, please.
Okay, thank you. I already know. Thought they were about to switch my door. chalking my wheels, man. I'm over it. I'm anxious to hear this. All right. Let's hear it. All right, let's see what we got here. Next story, you ready? Here we go. Okay, here we go. I had a driver and he was using the bathroom. Okay, no problem. I understand it's trucking. I'm not going for the bags and bottles. Okay, it's not happening. I'm not paying for a driver to be hauling around 12 packs of bottles and the bags. I know, for real. I gotta know what company this was too. So what happened was I was reported to the FMCA with photos of my driver using the bathroom, but it was how he was doing it. So I'm a girl, okay, I squat if you get it, so I don't have a problem with you guys using the restroom on the outside of my truck because it's hard out here. The drivers, it's no restrooms. True, absolutely true. So I get it. Sometimes you gotta go. You guys may have noticed I'm not complaining about having to use the bathroom no more because I had to do the same myself just a moment ago. So the driver was standing outside my truck peeing. Don't tell me you look. Don't tell me you got a peek. He was literally outside all willy-nilly. He had his willy out. Yeah, I thought for sure they was gonna have a bathroom here. I walked in there and she said, nope, no bathroom here. How you don't got a bathroom? Yeah, his pants all the way down to his ankles peeing. Oh, he knew you was in the truck. He knew. He wasn't even trying to be sneaky about it. He peed right there hoping you was gonna take a look. Pants to his ankles, man. I've only seen children do that. Like, you see kids like do stuff like that when they go to the bathroom. But a grown man, a truck driver in the parking lot with his pants to his ankles, peeing outside. That's out of control. Oh, he was trying to get you to see. Ain't no way. Either he somehow seen it was a female truck driver in this truck next to you. He seen you driving or he seen you park. Something, he knew it was a female in there. He did this. He knew. He was hoping you would hear him take a peek out your window and see what he got going on. Oh, no, I don't drive trucks. I never drove trucks. I was just by them and hired them over. Oh, okay. that's crazy. Some of these drivers, I don't know where they come from. I don't know what their home training is. I don't know who raised them. But yeah, some of them out here are just, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Some of them are simulated people. I don't know. Maybe they're not real. And I feel like some people may not be real. They just here to give us daily, my name is Danielle per year. Okay, my fault. You want us to stop calling you Pop Tart? My bad. I didn't know your name. Oh, okay. You from Raleigh, North Carolina? I met this one guy. I was trucking one day, right? And I ordered an Uber, and he came to pick me up. I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, and he was giving me a ride back. And when we were riding back, he was like, "Yo, you staying in your truck the whole weekend?" I said, "Yeah, I got my load don't deliver till Monday." It was like a Friday night. I had to sit in the truck the whole weekend to deliver my load. I got there early like I always do. And this guy was like, "Yo, it's like a party going on tonight. If you want to go, man, I could just scoop you and you can go to a party with us." Like, all right, I'm thinking he playing. But he was dead serious. He really came back and got me and took me to this party. And it was him, one of his homegirls. But the one thing I didn't know was I didn't know he was, I didn't know he was zesty until he came back to come get me. And, he dressed regular and everything, and we got to the party, and then everyone was dancing on the dance floor. And when he started dancing, that's when I was like, oh man, I didn't know. So now I'm feeling like I didn't know. Like, I was like, is people gonna start thinking, like, cause I came here with it, is they gonna think like I'm, I ain't think nothing of it. I just, had my drinks, enjoyed myself, and went back to my truck. But you probably know him. It looked like everybody in Raleigh knows who he is. Oh, did my camera stop? Yeah, man, I was like, it kind of threw me off for a second. I thought I would know the signs. Oh, wait. Oh, you big dog in here. I'm just now reading the comments. You own 32 trucks. Altogether, it's almost 400. My sister comes into my family, but I don't post anything on the internet. You have to be careful not to put your information in the hands of the wrong people out there. Yeah, I know. That was one of, like, the biggest things I was looking for, trying to look out for when I started the channel. And I don't know, starting the channel, I was let go while I quit Stevens, and then that stuff that was going on with me with Martin, I just wanted drivers to be aware of this type of stuff that goes on. And YouTube is like the best platform to get your voice heard or get your story heard out there, or to help others, whatever you're trying to put out there. YouTube is the best option. So that's what made me like like jump on here and try this and just see what happens. I'm about to Google the family right now. And your name is spelled different, alright. So that should be easy to find. Let's see. Is this you? No, that's not you. Let me go back here. Let me see. Yeah, the family and JA, they doing all right. I started this live earlier. Some of you guys might have missed it. They were all right. They don't have power. They running out of food because the refrigerator's out. Pretty much all the food that was in the fridge is pretty much going bad. The food that we had on the trees outside, you know, the hurricane blew all the fruit off of the trees and stuff, so that's all going bad. He's just trying to figure out how to keep the fridge running. So I said, you know, I would try to get him one of those solar generators that, you know, are strong enough to, he could just put that out in the sun. He was like, the generator it got is just constantly eating up fuel, and he's struggling to, you know, to keep the generator running. So it's like, I told him he needs a solar generator. So I'm trying to work up the money to get one now. I originally started the live to see if anybody wanted to help out, and then we just kind of got sidetracked. We started talking about other stuff. So I did put in here for, I don't know what these things are called, super chats. If anybody wanted to jump in, I see somebody, I think Roosevelt, he threw in $20 earlier, man. Appreciate that again, Roosevelt. I think he might have left by now, but Roosevelt threw $20 in for that. For the help. Oh, Roosevelt right here. He just said he gotta go. Be safe. Yo, thanks again, Roosevelt, man. You be safe too, brother. And yeah, just seeing if anybody want to help out so I could try to get this generator and ship it over there to them. So that way they can at least have some light in there, have a fridge so they can preserve the food, and you know, that's pretty much the main thing right now. They're not even worried about AC or none of that, or you know, they just want to be able to store some food and be able to make it over the next couple months, because they'll be out of power for the next couple months. And yeah, so yeah, originally started a live seeing if we could just seeing if anybody wanted to help out and try to, you know, help my dad and my grandma, brothers and sisters, everybody over there, see if they wanted to help out and get help me get this generator. If you want to Google anything or pull your, go online to put your tank line. All right, I'm gonna check that out. Per year tank lines. Checking you out now. Oh, y'all got a building. This ain't no small trucking company. I see y'all got a whole, like a school. Like there in Apex, North Carolina. Okay, y'all running hydraulic dump trailers. I see we got some tankers. Okay, you running, oh, you running gas. And not like gasoline, you running gas. But is that CO2 that they run? Oh, that must be the propane they running. Okay. Oh yeah, I see. This a big company. I hope I get there, that I'm able to one day pass on a company like that down to my kids. Let me see, bro. What you think is lucrative enough for comfort in trucking, local, regional, dry van, etc. It really depends on your needs, bro. Like everybody's needs is gonna be a little bit different, and you know, I know drivers out here that may make $4,000 a week and they live check to check. I know drivers that make $1,200 a week and got $100,000 saved up. So it really gotta, be based on what you need and what you want out of trucking. I don't know what your expenses are like. I see some people that struggle doing what I do because their overhead expenses are way more than what they need to make while they're out here on the road. So I would calculate that first and pretty much decide what exactly do I need to live, what do I need to put away to save, and what do I need in order for amenities, taking the family out to eat, going on vacation, stuff like that, being able to put that type of money aside. What would you really need to be able to do all of that? And if it's enough, then yeah, go for it. All right, Danielle, I appreciate you stopping in. The stories were hilarious, and hey, you be safe too. We'll catch you next time. I'll probably get ready to check out myself. I got a bunch of phone calls that came in. I appreciate the company from everybody in here. And yeah, for those who still want to help out, I guess I'm not sure. I guess I'll go in the description box. I'll probably just leave like my Cash App in the description box if anybody wants to still help out. You're welcome to do that. And so technically like $1,500 a week. I mean, if that really works for you, if $1,500 works for you. See, for me, before I even did this and came out here, the first thing I did was, okay, I need to get my expenses down as much as I can. I got rid of the stuff that I did not need. Even my car. My car, sold that to Carvana. Because I'm gonna be in the truck so much, I'm not gonna need a car. And when I do get home, I'll drive my wife's car. And as far as like my bills, I just kept the necessities. What did I actually need? I know I'm gonna need my cell phone. I know I'm gonna have to pay the rent because I got a family at the house. They gotta stay there. Electric, little things like that I didn't need. But all the extra stuff I had, like maybe I had Netflix, Hulu, all this other stuff, and nobody watches any of this. Maybe my wife watches the Hulu, but no one was watching Netflix. We're gonna get rid of that. I don't really need it. I don't use it. Most of the time when I watch stuff, I'm watching YouTube, so I just watch YouTube. I would love to pay for it with no commercials, but I just got to sit through them because I was trying to keep my expenses down to the minimum. I want to get a new phone, but I don't want to add more to my bill. So like that's a lot of what I was looking at. But like if you can live off of that and you're technically trying to make about $1,500 a week, unless you're doing some type of specialty truck on the road, it's gonna be difficult to make $1,500 a week. I mean, local. If you're going local and you're trying to, unless you're doing something special like dump trailers or flatbed or something like that, it's gonna be tough to try to make $1,500 a week local. You could maybe do it in LTL, but even with LTL, you're probably gonna be running doubles, or you got some years in at LTL, so it's gonna be difficult to try to hit that mark on local. OTR in today's world, I'm gonna just be honest with you, to hit that consistently a week, 1,500 may be tough. You're gonna hit it here and there. You're gonna hit 1,500 a week. I'm gonna say once or twice a month, but you're gonna always have these off weeks out here that throw you off. You're gonna have weeks where your truck was down. You're gonna have weeks where you were sitting, the loads weren't coming in consistently. You're gonna have weeks where it's just slow. It's just, or weather, different things. Your check's gonna be all over the place. But to set like a set goal, I would try to see what would my very minimum be. And this is how I kind of look at it. If I was able to live off of when I worked in warehouse, for some reason I was able to pay my bills and I was able to do all the same stuff I'm doing now while I'm trucking, but now I make 3 times as much as I was making in the warehouse. But I was like, how was I able to live off of that? But now things are getting tight because I added so much. So if I was able to get my life back down to how I was living when I worked in the warehouse, but still make this type of money, it gave me so much room for error. It gave me so much more breathing room out here. So I don't have to stress when I have a bad week, because I make enough to pay all my bills in one paycheck now. Now the rest of my paychecks I can relax a little bit. Exactly. Like Richard said, make as much as you can while you can, because you just never know. The market changes consistently out here. Absolutely, man. But while they unloading me, I'm gonna go ahead and make me something to eat. Try to get rested and start looking for a next load, because I didn't book anything next because I thought I was gonna be delivering this tomorrow. So now I can actually look for a load. And hey, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Again, like I said, I'll put the Cash App in probably the link description of the video, or I'll probably leave it in the description just on the channel in general for anybody who wants to help out. Again, I appreciate all of y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one. I plan on dropping a video next. So as always, all love, man. Everybody, I'm gone.